This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
It is pretty impossible to provide a universally accepted definition of what it means to be a college student. The reason for this is simple: there are as many points of view, in this respect, as there are students. Nevertheless, it is possible to reflect upon how I believe college students should be positioning themselves in life, which in turn would allow them to live up to the title. In this essay, I will aim to do just that. First, I think that being a college student means being a responsible individual who believes that studying represents its foremost priority. Therefore, under no circumstances may college students neglect taking care of academic assignments provided by their teachers. Moreover, for just about any college student to succeed academically, he or she must always strive to expand his intellectual horizons. Unfortunately, many students adopt a rather light approach toward pursuing a degree, which in turn undermines their chances of obtaining a diploma. In its turn, this also implies that, for college students to excel in their studies, they must be willing to act in a thoroughly self-disciplined manner. Second, being a college student suggests one's willingness to memorize the taught material and reflect upon it critically. It means that every time teachers present students with their own views on the significance of what they teach, they should be able to challenge these views. Being the representatives of younger generations, college students have all the right to have their opinions heard. After all, it will be up to them to define the ways of the future. Therefore, from their early years, young people who expect to become college students should strive to form their own opinions about the actual meaning of life. Third, even though, for people to qualify to become college students, they must be thoroughly comfortable with the notion of responsibility, this does not imply that they should only be concerned with studying. Entirely on the contrary, trying to have fun, whenever possible, is an important part of students' lives. Therefore, there is nothing wrong with college students attending parties in their spare time, for example. By doing that, students can improve their communication skills, which in turn should help them grow into socially responsible individuals in the future. Fourth, being a college student means being willing to lead a physically healthy lifestyle. After all, it would prove quite impossible to imagine a drug addict, for example, being in a position to qualify to enroll in a particular college in the first place. It is understood that many college students simply lack time to engage actively in sports. This, however, should allow them to do basic physical workouts daily. By leading healthy lifestyles, college students will be able to benefit from it not only physically but also mentally. As the famous saying goes, healthy bodies contain healthy spirits. Fifth, being a college student means being able to take an active stance in life. College students are expected to take part in social and political discussions because, by doing so, they can contribute to the well-being of the society in which they live. Moreover, students' willingness to do so is consistent with the overall purpose of their studies, as that is supposed to turn them into socially productive citizens. Therefore, it is crucially important for college students to take advantage of every opportunity to make their voices heard when it comes to discussing particularly controversial issues. Sixth, being a college student means being willing to work on projects relevant to the chosen career. For example, students who specialize in engineering are often required to come up with their own designs for bridges. In contrast, students who specialize in architecture are encouraged to work on inventing new architectural styles. Apparently, it is crucial for college students to not only strive to attain professional excellence in their chosen field, but also to derive emotional satisfaction from pursuing a degree. One of the ways how students can achieve such satisfaction is by applying their theoretical knowledge in practice. Seventh, being a college student means being willing to assist its underachieving classmates in coping with academic assignments. As we are well aware, whereas some students do not experience any problems with studying, others do. It often comes because of these students' exposure to poverty in their private lives. Yet, as long as underachieving students get to experience the sensation that, despite their inability to score high while tested, they nevertheless continue being appreciated by their peers, they will be more inclined to apply additional effort into trying to catch up. Eighth, being a college student implies that the concerned individual should never cease referring to their teachers in a respectful way. Nowadays, it has become a common practice among many students to blame teachers for receiving low grades. This situation, however, cannot be considered thoroughly normal. This is because, even though many teachers seem to act somewhat intolerant towards some students, they are far from trying to cause these students any intentional harm. Quite on the contrary, such teachers' behaviors simply reflects their willingness to help the concerned students with obtaining diplomas. After all, only those students who pass final exams are able to graduate. However, sometimes, it is particularly the lack of self-discipline on the part of underachieving students that hampers their chances of obtaining a diploma. Therefore, before blaming teachers on account of their assumed intolerance, responsible students should consider the possibility that their positioning, in this respect, may not be fully justified. I believe that the provided earlier definition of what it means to be a college student is thoroughly appropriate. Even though it is concerned with reflecting my personal opinions, I consider them perfectly valid. Did you like this being a college student sample? To get more works like this one, make sure to check out the free database of academic paper examples at ivypanda.com. You will find thousands of samples for all your study needs without even having to register.